Hi everyone, so my name is Omar Zodi. I'm a technical ecosystem manager at Imagination Technologies. And in the next 10 minutes or so, I want to talk to you about Imagination, about our views on O3DE, our journey with O3DE in creating the Buongiorno demo, and what we think is the future of mobile graphics development. So let's get started. Imagination Technologies have been around for quite some time. We have more than 30 years of experience. We've been innovating for a long time. Ray tracing, we've been pushing ray tracing since 2014 when we showcased it at GDC actually. And now you can find us in countless mobile phones. We've gotten back into the desktop card space, and we're looking at data centers and game streaming and cloud gaming. But we're not only in GPUs, we are also in the CPU space and the AI space. As a matter of fact, actually, our Power VR cores have just turned 30 this year. But what we've come to learn is that open source is important. We've come to learn that it's important to include the developers in the development process and in the innovation process, and it's good to get their feedback and get their ideas. As a matter of fact, we've recently made our Rogue drivers open source. We have a graphics SDK that's out there. It's open source, and we want that to be great learning material for graphics developers. And our RISC-V CPUs are an open standard, and I'm really proud of what we've been doing there. So what about O3DE? I know I'm preaching to the choir here, and I know that a lot of you here know exactly what O3DE is and what it stands for, but it's important to never forget those those points. O3DE is pretty much a paradigm shift. It's an open source AAA engine that it's completely free and modular, and it can deploy any application on a multitude of platforms. This means that by its nature, because it's open source, it's inclusive and diversive. It means that it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what your financial status is. It doesn't matter what the geopolitical landscape is. You can pick up that engine and develop whichever game you want or whichever application you want. Because we need to remember that these industries are driven by the creativity and the innovation of developers. And it's important to give them the tools to make that happen. So that's what kind of made us excited and fall in love with O3DE. And we decided to develop a small demo called the Buongiorno demo. We wanted to showcase what could be done, what the potential of O3DE was, both for ray tracing and for ray tracing on mobile. So we started discussing and we started development of this demo in July 2021. It was later showed at GDC 2022. Our demo team worked for a few months. It was an amazing experience to work on an engine that is fully open source, that was still very young and rough around the edges. And we managed to collaborate with the guys at Amazon AWS, which were a great help when developing this demo. And it gave us an opportunity to help shape a tool that will be very useful to developers and gamers in the future. So as you can see from the video playing in the back, the demo is really just a stylized Italian village showcasing what the potential of ray tracing is. We wanted it to look as exciting as possible, but also be realistic on how it would be working on mobile. It's no secret that as Royal mentioned, the mobile render, it's still rough around the edges. The working group or the SIG is a great idea. We want more people to collaborate, more companies to collaborate on that. And we give ourselves some restraints, some hardware restrictions to make sure that this demo looked realistic and it looked like what you would expect running on a device. And that's the important part. The important part is to push for innovation, to test, to experiment, to have that drive, to try new ideas. And the collaboration aspect that we worked closely with Amazon, it's what we want to see in the future, what we want the O3DE to be, what we want the companies to engage and contribute more to make it a great tool for developers in general to use. So we made, actually this demo and the gem is going to be available very soon on the O3DE GitHub repo. We want people to be able to access it, to play around with it, and just get an idea of what is possible with the engine. So what's next? So as I mentioned earlier, Imagination has learned the value of open source. We're committed to it. We want to keep driving that forward. We want developers to have access to as many tools as possible to develop their ideas. So we're really proud of our RISC-V CPUs and their open standard. We'll continue to contribute to our graphics SDK and to push forward the boundaries of innovation and new technologies like ray tracing, like VRS. And we wanted to bring that out there. We want that to be on your phones, in your pocket. We don't want it to feel gimmicky. We want it to feel real. And we want people to be able to, both developers enjoy it as a technology they can experiment with, but also as gamers to actually enjoy the experience to play with games that have that kind of technology. So as I mentioned, we're pushing for ray tracing. We're excited for the future of ray tracing on mobile. We have some great ideas and great content coming out, especially on O3DE. I unfortunately cannot talk in details about it, but it's really exciting, and we're really looking forward to share all the information about that very, very soon with you guys. So yeah, really, just the signs are out there. The future of graphic development is open source. It's important to collaborate. It's important to share ideas, and it's important to make sure that the people with those ideas out there have the right tools to make them real. So yeah, that's really it. I'm just really excited for the future of the engine. I'm really excited for the future of the technology, especially in mobile. Keep up with the news we have. We're soon going to be announcing some really exciting things for O3DE. And if you want to get more into details about ray tracing, and specifically the levels of ray tracing and the kind of hardware in it, there's a great white paper on our website. Check it out. And yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.